spotlight on the women creating an impact, leading organizations, and mission-focused strategic programs across the federal technology and consulting community. This is Impact. So we are being joined today by Carla Briceno, the CEO of Bixal. Carla, thank you for hopping on to speak with us today.
Oh, thank you very much for the wonderful invitation to be here today.
Yes, absolutely. Tell me first of all what it is you do over there at Bixal.
Here at Bixal, we offer services to mostly federal government agencies in the areas of HCD, knowledge management, organizational development and learning, technology, data, and all things communications, services that federal agencies typically need to improve the services that they offer to the audiences that they serve.
Awesome. So let's talk about your journey. What lessons have you learned along your professional journey, and how have they positively influenced your leadership style?
I've learned a number of lessons because we've basically been at it since at least dedicating our energies fully to Bixal since 2008. My husband and I made the decision to build a business that wasn't just focused on making a living, but making a difference. And so, of course, I had experience up until that point, but I'll just say that that's a long time to be in a leadership role. And over the years, I've learned a number of valuable lessons. But probably key for me is that when you focus on making a positive difference, and people will tell you that I'm from California and I say these sort of crazy things, but that the universe really tends to bring the right people and resources into your life at the right time. I've also learned that leadership is really about service, and that what is really most important is looking for ways to lift others up, and lead with empathy and humility. And as part of that, and kind of combining both of those learnings, is that I've clearly learned that if we want to do impactful work in this world, we have to take very good care of the team that is doing that work. You can't have one without the other. You can't aspire to do impactful work and make a difference in this world if your team is not in good stead. Another important lesson that I've learned along the way is the importance of self-awareness and really taking time to pretty serious extrovert. People will tell you that I'm not the shyest stick in the stack. But what I've learned over the years is the importance of taking time to spend time on my own. I'm a big fan of meditation. Learned about the value of that, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and just sort of taking time to spend time on my own and self-reflect, read, and better understand myself, my strengths, my weaknesses, so that I can, when I am with team members and in sort of social settings, it's just kind of, I've learned to be more balanced over the years and really realize the importance of self-awareness and my understanding my strengths, my weaknesses, so that I can more effectively work to achieve our collective goals.
Okay, so now as we're working and becoming stronger as women in the community, what, in your opinion, what are some of the common barriers that women face in leadership roles today, and what strategies can we implement to overcome them?
I think that women oftentimes encounter stereotypes and gender bias. Um, that your typical perception of a leader is somebody that's more aggressive, hard decision maker, and so that women who come in with more of a tendency to be in nurturing roles, they can face biases because of this. And at Bixal, I will tell you that 65% of women of Bixlers across the company, 65% are women. So we have a bias towards women, towards hiring women, and 66% of our leadership, 66% of our leaders are women.
Wow.
So we have a tendency that direction, and we really value the traits that women bring, the kindness, the empathy, the humility. Those are things, values that we really aspire to cultivate at Bixal. And I think that has led us to hire more women and move them into leadership roles, or hire them into leadership roles.
I love it. I love it.
And another thing that women face is balancing work and life.
Mm-hmm.
They have more responsibilities at home and in caregiving roles. And this often leads to them being limited in their ability to traverse the uphill sort of career path. And I would like to say that here at Bixal, we recognize that and work towards promoting flexible schedules, remote work situations. And we just recently did an employee engagement survey, and I'm very proud to say that 91% of our team members who participated in the survey agreed that Bixal provides a good work-life balance.
That's a really good percent.
Yeah. Yeah, those were some of our better percentages, to say the least.
That's really good.
And we have I think a very generous PTO policy that we cap at 200 hours.
Wow.
And that's use it or lose it, because what you tend to find is when you've got unlimited PTO, they've done research that shows that people don't end up using it.
Yeah. Then they get stressed. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we want people to use it. So we also allow people flex time instead of using PTO for all of their appointments. But I would say that in terms of our focus on gender and being cognizant of the issues that women face and being responsive and intentional about our approach to supporting them, it's part of our larger DEIA strategy. And we're constantly doing work to move forward and improve in all of these areas as we move forward. And I like to say that I promote a policy of trying to be 1% better each day. Lastly, I would cite the gender pay gap. Women often face a pay gap compared to their male counterparts, and this can be discouraging in terms of seeking higher level positions. But at Bixal, we are very focused on promoting equity across the board, and we're doing a lot of work to establish fair and equitable pay practices. It's an ongoing effort. And it's just very important that women receive equal pay for equal work. We also have really good recruiting policies in place to provide equitable opportunities for all of our roles. So those are some of the typical barriers that women face. But I would say at Bixal, I don't know what the statistics are across the board, but I think that we're doing pretty well on supporting women in general and supporting their growth in leadership roles at Bixal.
That's great. So now how do you define authenticity in leadership, and what steps do you take to remain true to yourself while navigating the demands of your role?
I do my best to lead with integrity and purpose. As I mentioned earlier, it really taking time to self-reflect and know who I am, what I stand for, and how I want to make an impact on the lives not only of the communities that we serve, but the people that I work with. I just feel tremendously fortunate that over the years we've been able to start a business with two people and attract so many incredible, talented, mission-oriented colleagues to work with us here at Bixal. We have a very special culture. It's interesting to see that if somebody that is not very nice makes their way into Bixal, they typically quickly find their way out. So as we grow, we've grown from 2 people to 300. We're a large woman-owned small business preparing for the mid-tier. The culture that we create here at Bixal, again, as I mentioned earlier, if we're not promoting a good situation for our team members, we can't aspire to do work where we make a difference in people's lives, working with federal agency partners. So I don't know if I answered your question, but
No, yes, you did.
I get up every day thinking about how we can identify opportunities in the federal space where we can make a difference in people's lives, and particularly underrepresented groups that are served by the federal government. And the best way we can do that is by treating all of our team members equitably, and taking good care of them so that we can do good work together.
I love it. So now what advice would you give to young women aspiring to leadership roles, and how can they best prepare themselves for the challenges that you know that they face ahead?
My advice to young women aspiring to get into leadership would be to really embrace your unique strengths, and really never be afraid to use your voice. We all are unique, and I think that the best way to sort of further your goals and grow is to really think about your unique strengths. You know, as you move forward and you're working with others, look to complement your unique strengths with the unique strengths of others. And I also believe that working on your confidence and your resilience. And confidence really comes from honing your skills, your knowledge, and your self-awareness, and constantly, as I mentioned earlier, I believe in like every day we can be 1% better. And resilience, it's kind of another lesson that I've learned along the way. There's a wonderful book called The Obstacle is the Way. I think I read it maybe a year and a half ago or so. And it really talks about, it's based on Stoic literature, but it really talks about how important it is to each and every challenge that you face, see that as the way. So go straight into it, because there's something that you're supposed to learn from it. So we're always going to have challenges. We'll get through one, and there will be another one just around the corner. So what I've learned is look at those challenges as opportunities to learn and stretch yourself and grow, learn. It will be a little easier next time around.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, I would say that, if you want to lead, that, leadership is really about, service and requires, I believe, humility, vulnerability, being able to be vulnerable. I love Brene Brown and her philosophy on the importance of being able to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many times that Team Bixal has seen me get emotional, and we don't have to be hard as rocks. Being vulnerable inspires trust, and trust is absolutely essential for leadership. But lastly, focus on lifting others up. I really believe that that's what is most important, is how do we help people understand their strengths, and lift them up, because together, collectively we will all be stronger. That's what makes me happy and continue moving forward. And I'm just incredibly grateful to have the honor to be working with so many wonderful people here at Bixal. And as I said, a great percentage of them incredible women.
Well, Carla, I just want to end by congratulating you on winning the Impact Women in Leadership Lifetime Achievement Award this year. That was amazing. Congrats.
Wow. I'm still reeling, but I am incredibly grateful. What was so incredible is, as I looked around at that event, the amazing women in that room. And so it's a little hard to fathom that I could have won that award, but I've been told, just Carla, take it.
Yes, you do great work. You do great work. Oh. And listening to the percents and how many women you hire and how many people love working there, you sound like you work at a great place and you run a great place.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you very much for this opportunity to share my thoughts, asking me these questions. It's truly an honor, and I just really appreciate the work that you're doing at Forum to uplift women and share their voices widely.
Yes. Well, congrats, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you're keeping up to date on the latest episodes, and learn more at govforum.io.